Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Coffee and Conversations chat with CU Denver Student Life. I'm Lance Glunz, Office's Procurement Coordinator. Today, I'm joined by Steve Willich, Director for the LGBTQ Student Resource Center on the Auraria campus. Hello, Steve.
Good morning. How are you doing, Lance?
I'm doing just fine.
Good.
So, Steve, to start off with, how are you personally handling this time of remote campus and our social distancing?
I think like everyone, we all have our good and our bad days, times that we all struggle, times that we aren't doing so well, and other times that life is going pretty good. It's definitely been an adjustment for everyone. I'm fairly introverted, so in some ways this has been kind of good for me. On a personal level, I'm enjoying the peace and the stillness that this has really brought to the world. And seeing the compassion and seeing how communities are coming together has really been kind of inspiring. I'm really privileged as well to have the time and space to work on self-improvement during this time at home. I'm meditating more, trying to build a yoga practice, walking my dogs every day, fixing up my bike that I haven't ridden in years, working on my Spanish language skills. So I'm really lucky to be able to do that.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing. I know I definitely on the self-improvement, I've had that too. I created a long spring cleaning list that's now in my refrigerator. I'm trying to enjoy the warm weather now that it's not snowing. So
Totally.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So Steve, how have the resource center's operations been affected by our recent campus changes?
Sure. There's really been a massive shift in how we're working to serve the campus right now. Our amazing educational team is continuing with the Auraria Campus Pride Initiative to help individual departments be more inclusive and equitable in how they work with our students. So that's going really well. But a lot of what we did on campus was to provide social support and help students find a sense of belonging here on campus, a place where they can build a community with others like themselves. And it's not really easy to do that in a virtual environment, to be honest. And we're hearing from a lot of students how the isolation has been really hard for them. Some students may have been forced back into the closet because they had to move back in with families that aren't accepting of their identities. So we're continuing to look for ways to help support our students in this new environment.
Thank you. I noticed last week, Steve, that the office's newsletter promoted several new virtual engagement opportunities.
Yeah.
Are there any of those programs you'd like to highlight for us, and how may students find more information or RSVP if they want to get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. So my student team was awesome in coming up with these great ideas. We have a lot of time built into the schedule right now for folks to just hang out virtually through our virtual lounge space on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And we also have a couple of times hosted by two of our senior student team members, Monday morning mixer with Ambria and coffee hour with Kaiba, sorry. Maribel is continuing with our queer and trans people of color group through our group text so that the community has a more constant way of staying in contact and supporting one another instead of just holding a weekly meeting. We also have some fun engagement opportunities. Christine will be continuing to host our LGBTQ book club. And it's also leading an online crafting session, including making some masks for the community.
Oh, nice.
Kat's going to be hosting a game night on Friday afternoons, and Ambria is hosting a Netflix party on Monday to replace our midday movie Mondays. To get more information about all this and to RSVP, please email us and we'll send you all the information. That email address is info@lgbtq-auraria.org. Fantastic.
Thank you. It seems like you've got a full week planned. Like almost every day there's something that students can reach out and connect with you.
Yeah. They've done a great job with that. I'm really proud of them.
Good. Thank you. Steve, do you have any parting thoughts for us or advice for students you mentioned that might be struggling at home, forced back in the closet, just going through their own struggles?
Sure, absolutely. So please, Reg, please really reach out to any office here on campus. All of our staff and the faculty here know how difficult that this is for all of you. And, we're all here to support you through this. If you need support, please reach out to our office. If you have a question, we'll find the answer for you. Somehow we'll find the answer for you. Please send us a note on how we can best support you. personally, I follow a lot of inspirational pages on Instagram, and to help kind of keep my own spirits up. And there's a couple of quotes I'd like to share with you in parting. First one is, we, all of us, are currently going through a collective traumatic experience. Trauma is often thought of as too much, too fast, which is exactly what's happening. Of course you're exhausted. Of course you're afraid. Of course you're overwhelmed. Of course you're clinging to certainty in the midst of so much unknown. Of course you aren't as productive, feeling foggy, or wondering how you can possibly go through so many waves of emotion all in the same day. This all makes so much sense in the context of our circumstances. And here's the important part. Be gentle with yourself. Have compassion for your process. Give yourself grace. You are good no matter how you're managing this completely new experience. Then the second quote that I really liked is, just in case you've forgotten today, you matter, you are loved, you are worthy, you are magical.
Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate those. I thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining me for this short interview this morning. If our followers have any, or if our viewers have any follow-up questions, they can contact Steve directly at swillich@msudenver.edu. The website Steve mentioned earlier is lgbtq-auraria.org, and the general email address was info@lgbtq-auraria.org. We hope you all check back with Student Life and the LGBTQ Student Resource Center to see all of our latest in virtual programming. Stay safe, everyone, and thanks again, Steve.
Thanks, Lance. Bye now.